What's going on? It's Smith here. What I'm going to show you today is the deck feature in Decklytics, which is an app that I've been writing for the past month. So, a lot of cool stuff in this feature that I want to show you. For starters, you have all your different deck archetypes here. You can see your win-loss with each deck. You can see how many different variants. We'll get into that. You can see the date that you last used it. So, I used Dragapult on May 28th. That's today. I used Little Pony Dunsparce yesterday, May 27th. There's that. You go in here, you can import a deck from Limitless. You can import a TCG deck from Live. You can sort these, alphabetical, most recent, most matches, however you want. You can search, so I could search for Absol. There you go. Get two different Absols. You can archive decks. You can look at your archived ones. I used them, didn't like them, probably wouldn't use them again, so I archived them. You can delete them, but if you delete them, you lose all your match history. So if I ever want to come back, I can come and see my match history. This was before last rotation, so I wasn't too worried about archiving it because I'm not going to use that exact archetype. So let's jump into one of the decks. We'll go with the Low Pony Dunsparce deck that I have a lot of matches here in. I have 57 variations. The variation just means that I have changed a card. You have your overall win percent between all variants. Win-loss, your ties, percentage, number of matches, the source of the different matches, so if they come from an online Limitless tournament, if they come from online ladder matches, or if they come from in-person matches. Your two best matchups, right here, we're 5-0 into Rockets Beat 2, we're 5-0 into Slowking. Your watch-outs, so your worst matchups. We're 0-16 against Lucario. We just scoop at this point. And then we're 1-5 against Garchomp. Then you have your different variants. And you have all your variants. You can archive a variant or you can hide a variant so that you don't see it. Boom. You want to show hidden? Boom. I want to start showing my variant. Now it's back here. Okay. You can click this. This will view your stats with the variant. I've played one event with this. 0-1. I didn't have any mulligans in my one match. I didn't have any bricks. Let's look at one that has a little bit more data. We'll go with this 5-1. No mulligans, no bricks. I made this deck yesterday, May 25th. That's when it imported it. My prize order, I've taken 9 1 single prizes, or 5 2 prizes, or 1 3 prize. And then this will show my latest prize order, the most common cards that I pull out of my prizes, and then my most used cards. So that's another thing, was we track card usage if you import your live matches, and you can go to the card review table and look at that. We'll make our way there in a little bit. We have review candidates, so if there's cards you never use, they can show up here. So that way you know to cut them out of your deck, because we don't want cards we don't use. So that's the first button. Then you have this view decklist button. Brings up the little side pop over. You can actually view the full 60. You can have an image view of the full 60. You can have a text view of the full 60. You can copy it for live. You can print it if you want to print it. I just had it copy exactly how RK9 Printlets looks. Have not actually taken it to a cup to make sure that it is accepted, but everything is here. You can write your birth date because I don't want to store your birth date. You write your name, you put your player ID. Make sure that it's actually the right versions of your cards. There's that. So that's the print. You can include record and print it with your record because, I don't know, maybe you want to share it to your friends. You want to give them the list. You want to flex your record. You can copy a Decklytics link. Open a tab. Go to it. This is a shared list you can share to Twitter, to X, to people, and they can see your deck list. Nice, pretty images. Boom. I didn't include record, so it's 0-0. If I include record and copy it, boom. It's still 0-0. It does not work. Okay, we'll cut that bit. All right. Share to feed. There's a live feed. My deck has now been shared to my live feed. Probably shouldn't do that. I have a challenge Saturday, but that's all right. We're not going to use that exact 60. Okay. That's the deck variation for the view in the list. Actually, no, it's not. You can do draw hands. You can do test hands. Okay? You can reveal your test prizes. I prize 2 stadiums. That's kind of rough. You can redraw. You can mulligan. There's that. Exit. You can compare 2 versions. You click one version that you want to compare to. I want to see what changed between 56 and 57. What changed? This is what changed. If a count has changed, it is in yellow. If a card was removed, it is in red. If a card was added, it's in green. You can print this so that you last-minute deck changers can go and update your deck in person, easily knowing what to take out right here, looking at the removed column. Instead of rebuilding the entire 60, you can look for these 5 and remove them, and then you can look for these 2 and add them, and you can look for these ones and add the extras. Really helpful. Really came in handy when I had to leave in 10 minutes and I didn't have my deck to update yet. Highly recommend it. Decklytics.app. Go give it a visit. Recent matches. You can view how many recent matches. You can view all of it. Get everything here. If there was a round of a tournament, it would be here, but these were online matches, so they do not have a round. Tournament or event, this was online. None of this version's going to have that. You see dates. You have deck archetype. You have win or lose. You have the variant that you used, your opponent's name, actions. You can view the prize map. Opponent took 1. I took 1. Opponent took 1. I took 1. I conceded. Look at another one. He took 1. He took 1. I took 2. He took 1. I took 2. I took 1. Opponent conceded. Okay. There's that. You can view matchups by variant. So I want to see what are my recent matches with a variant. There's that. You want to view them all. Okay. There are filters. You don't want to show these people's names. Boom. There they are. Tournament history. Tournaments I have played with this deck. These are online events. You have the dates. You have the version of the deck that you used in the tournament. You have your record. You have your placement. You can open this link, and it will take you to the Limitless tournament. Events logged. This was an in-person event. So, you can remove events if you don't want them. Removing the events will remove all the matches tied to that event. So, make sure you know that. You have a card review screen. It shows you how much you have used each card, how many of the different variants of the counts you have used. You can sort on any of these columns. So I can see that I have used the Dunsparce 1,213 times, and I have seen it in 169 matches. It has a 96% use rate if I've seen it. My Dunsparce has had a 99% use rate. These are core signals to the deck. You probably don't want to remove them. You can filter by version. Boom, boom. That. Now you see. You can search for cards. So, Qin Pao. Boom. All the versions that Qin Pao was in. My count is 1. My uses is 26. I've seen it 16 times. I use it 20% of the time, and 14 times it has been discarded. Impact. Qin Pao. I have a 62% win rate with it in the list. I have a 55% win rate with it not in the list. My delta is plus 7%. I have a 7% higher win rate with it than without it. This is all correlation, not causation. Does not mean that I win because the card is there. Keep that in mind when you are deck building. This is data for you to use, not gospel. I want to look at only data from specific versions. Boom. There you are. Alright. I have an 0-1 with the Mega Frostlass not on my list. I went 6-2 with it in my list in these versions. Again, I've only played one match. That was probably Lucario. There is that. I have one tab that I missed over. Okay, we're going to go to that tab. That is the Matchups tab. This Matchup tabs has a heat map style with all of your matchups. Your win percent, the deck you're playing against, the name of the deck you're playing against, your win-loss against that deck, how many total games you've played in that deck. Your legend up here. You can read it. I don't have to read it for you. Low data, less than 5 games means you've had less than 5 games of that deck. It will be gray down there. Unknown is just, it comes up if the app can't detect what deck you're playing against and you didn't write a deck archetype. And there are some that you just don't know. And that's okay. Sometimes you want to see how good your deck does against the unknown. Because you never know when you go to regionals if you're playing against the unknown. There is that. You can sort by win rate. Boom. Now you noticed our win rate. We love seeing Crustle. Okay. The newest feature. You can search by card. Abra. You can see if your win rate with and without card. The only time I played Sarah Ledge, I had an Abra on the deck. So, you can look at things and you can say, oh, I run Mega Frostlass in my Lopunny deck so that I could beat Lucario. Okay, well, let's look at my Mega Frostlass. Let's look at most played. Guess what? With the card, we have been 0-14. Without the card, we have been 0-2. The card has made no impact to the Mega Lucario matchup. Not an impact that has at least caused us to win the match. So, it helps differentiate what you think is happening versus what is actually happening with your card. Because I think this card's in here because it helps us match up, when in reality, it has not helped that matchup at all, so we just call that a lost cause. And we just play better cards. Like, subscribe, drop a comment on what you want to see in the app. Go hit up the app. It's free. Log in, Decklytics.app. Right now, you can log in with your Discord.